Mr. Theodore Twombly, welcome to the world's first artificially intelligent operating system, OS 1. We'd like to ask you a few basic questions before the operating system is initiated. This will help create an OS to best fit your needs.
Okay.
Are you social or antisocial?
I guess I haven't really been social in a while, mostly because...
In your voice, I sense hesitance.
Josh, where's the campsite? It's coming up just ahead over there.
Are you scared of the dark?
Absolutely. Yeah. But I'm with my friends. I'm okay.
Field of Geeks presents
The Super Unknown.
Hello, and welcome to the Super Unknown. I'm Josh.
I'm Juan.
And I am Dave.
That guy.
How you guys doing?
Excellent. It's been a while.
I know. That was a song. You're singing. That's nice.
Yeah.
It's been a while.
I know. I got great vocals. Luther Vandross over here.
We lack consistency, but you can check out all our other shows on YouTube and wherever you...
inconsistent.
Yes.
Consistently.
Right. I think everyone listening or watching this is familiar with AI to some extent. It's, it's a new thing in this world. Well, not really new. We'll talk about that. But yeah, today's topic is basically just the possibilities of AI and what it is. And we have an expert here with us, Dave, if you'd like to.
He is an expert.
Stretch.
That's very much a stretch. Anytime I talk to them,
I'm modest.
He's an expert.
Anytime we talk to the dev team,
yeah,
and they're talking about stuff, every time I'm just like, I don't know what the hell just happened. Yeah. I mean, I'm still fast. We were out in San Francisco a couple weeks ago, and I was blown away that there was like a car driving around with nobody in the front seat. Like that still blew my mind.
I've seen
everyone else.
I've seen videos of that, but not in person.
Is that only Teslas that do that?
Waymos.
I want one.
Yeah, it's their Jaguars.
I hate driving.
Yeah.
Just so the world knows. I despise it. I hate doing it.
Smoothest ride I think I've ever had.
I want one.
Like, so Clint and I rode back from the pier, and he was eating a cup of lobster bisque in the back of his car.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah. And I was eating my shrimp taco, my lobster tacos, and it was just cruising around. And it was probably a 20-minute drive, super smooth.
Yeah.
It was amazing. I mean, because they're all electric vehicles, but
sure.
Yeah, it's amazing. And everyone else in San Francisco is like, whatever.
Right.
Ugh.
Yeah. They're used to it.
Right, yeah, you see somebody in like a car with no one driving, they're like,
yeah,
ugh, tourist. And you're like, oh, this is amazing. So yeah, I mean, you say I'm an AI expert, but it still all blows my mind. So.
Oh yeah, me too. But you're in the world. You can get into that, of course. But like the gist of AI, for those who aren't familiar, I guess, or have kind of some sci-fi ideas of what AI is, could you explain?
Yeah, I mean, right now, I think we've, everybody's seen movies, and they think like your big tech bros. Will lead you to believe like what it can do right now is incredible, but this whole concept of it's going to replace everyone. Mm-hmm. No, it's not, because AI as a tool it's still you can do amazing things, but it's still a mirror.
Sure.
Right? So you need somebody on the other side to be a reflection of what it needs to do.
Right.
I mean, it has no imagination, right? So any of the art that you can create with it...
Exactly right.
It understands, it can look at something and see it, but that artistic view of creating something new by itself isn't there. It needs something to reflect.
Human element, basically.
Right, so you need somebody to...
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. And I mean, ultimately, but that's no different from, like, Michelangelo seeing a slab of marble and then seeing the David with inside of it, right?
Sure.
Like, there's some people that could, some people that couldn't.
Yeah.
I mean, and right now it's the same with AI. There's some people that can, use it to builds something incredible. But I mean, for most people, I mean, the thing's an idiot savant, right? You ask it really stupid questions, it gives you really thoughtful answers to a stupid question,
True.
right? You know,
Yeah,
and
I
so-
think it just scares people because of all the films and storylines we've created
Yeah.
over the years,
Right,
you know,
and-
and they think that it's going to be like Skylink or whatever the heck.
I think that's what the artists are afraid of. Is like they're saying like all this imagery, like you said, is taken from what's existed. But then you could also ask the person who's giving the direction to AI, are they an artist in the sense they just don't have the skills to draw, but they have the skills of imagination?
I'm that guy. Like
That's art,
that's
an
what I
artist
do.
too,
But
right?
I call it
It's
my digital
imagination.
paintbrush
Yeah, right.
because it's literally what's in my brain.
Yeah.
If I said draw this character, it would not know how to draw it.
Right.
And actually, it makes it look ridiculous.
Right.
Also, being a writer, like out the gate when it first was, given to the public, I was like, okay, let me see it. Write a story about blah 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 blah. And so then it wrote the story quickly, which is impressive. But I read the thing and I was like, this has zero soul.
Right.
It has no heart. It has no heart whatsoever.
That's where you come in.
Yeah,
basically.
and I'm like, so someone thinking that it'll write for you. I actually do think that there are people in high positions, like in studios that make film and stuff like that use it to write for them because I can tell there's no heart in it.
Yeah, there's
Like-
a lot of shit out there right now.
It's like just mail this work in.
Yeah.
So I
Cookie-cutter shit.
I see it as just a tool.
Yeah.
I see it no different than a hammer or saw. It's like, how do you apply it? A hammer can be a bad thing or a good thing. You can build a house with a hammer, or you can crack someone on the side of the head with it.
Yeah, I mean,
It's just a
like-
tool.
Yeah.
It's who's holding it.
Right.
It's like the difference between the original The Thing and then the 2011 version, The Thing. Whereas the original had like
Practical
effects, and then the other one had CG, and it was just fucking awful.
Yeah.
Because you're like, this is so bad.
Takes you
what
out of it.
really upsetting is they actually did all the practical effects on the 2011 version, and then the studio made them put over
CGI
over top of
elements.
it.
Yeah.
And you're like,
That's stupid.
but yeah, you see some behind the scenes. You're like, it was so much better because yes, there was this actual human element and people
Soul,
building
it had
these
soul.
things.
Yeah.
Yeah, they were like somebody
It still
gave a
works too. Like
Oh, yeah.
that first thing. Well, technically it's a remake itself because the original was like from the 50s, but
The
totally
thing from outer
different.
space.
Yeah, but yeah, those effects still they look so real.
Well, yeah, and it's like
just and it's so gut wrenching.
Yeah, some of the stuff that's digital just doesn't look right, and
No.
it looks
But that's
terrible.
because we're hardwired to see what not, evolutionarily wise, we're programmed to see what doesn't feel right and what doesn't feel human.
Right.
And so if something seems different, like that's an uncanny valley.
Yeah,
right?
I think that's the fear that some people won't be able to detect that, and then
Well, and I think if AI is being used for the greater good, I mean, it's kind of a field leveling
Yeah.
kind of application, right? Where
Right.
it's just like, because I have zero artistic skills between what I see in my brain and my hand. Like I'm like, it's just
That's not what I see.
Same here.
It's just a
Yeah.
total disconnect.
Yeah,
Whereas
right.
I can explain exactly what I want to see
Bingo.
to the program, and then it comes out.
It's exactly what I do. So
And,
I like
you know,
that.
People
Yeah.
are like, "This is amazing," and I'm like, "That's what was in my head."
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
they're like, I mean, the company we just built or building currently, it's just like that. I would have never have been able to do that prior to AI.
Yeah.
Right.
right.
And
Could I
so-
ask you a quick question? I don't mean to
Yeah.
cut you off. So, would you consider it an art form, prompting? Like prompting to be an art form? Like the equivalent of the person who has the pencil or the brush in their hand? Because being able to articulate the correct way to get the actual visual that's in your brain to even manifest. Because you could say, like I said, you could say, okay, I want you to draw a little chihuahua
Right.
with brown hair. But in my head, it's like the chihuahua's got these crazy big eyes and whatever. Like, if I don't prompt it correctly, it's never going to manifest the way I wanted it.
Right.
So is that an art in itself, do you think? Prompting potentially?
Yeah, I think it can be if you're not using prompts that are, if you can, art is, it should be something that is unique to yourself. Whereas if you're using prompts to say, I want it in this style to look like this other artist did it, it's not really art.
No, I know what you mean. Yeah, I agree with that.
You're just copying something.
No, I'm not going that direction. I'm saying,
I mean, if you see something unique, something,
an original piece,
yeah,
but
and you're using your own individual prompts to get the feeling and the visuals and all that. Yeah, I mean, who cares how you do it?
Right.
yeah, I think it's an art form.
It's really
If Da Vinci created the works that he did, but he had a tool that sped the process up to create, but it actually came out how he envisioned.
Yeah.
You wouldn't say it was any less of a masterpiece because,
right. Yep.
it's a different form.
And I get where it's kind of intruding on people who actually have careers in the industry.
Yeah.
I totally understand that.
Because Zuckerberg is a piece of shit. We came up with actually the term Zucker Punch. I just want to have enough money that I could like punch Zuckerberg in the face.
Like that's offered. Like it's like a menu
Elon
you can
Musk and
choose.
him were saying they were going to fight, and I'm like, I would like that type of money where I could actually get into a fight with Zuckerberg and just punch his stupid face.
Right.
But yeah, like they were talking like their language model is called like Llama, and they were saying that
I heard of Llama.
they were like they didn't care about people's copyright when they were training it on books.
Really?
And you're like, okay.
That's not how that works.
That's not cool.
Yeah.
Like if you built a system, right?
Yep.
And like the whole theoretical probability that infinite amount of monkeys on an infinite amount of typewriters given an infinite amount of time will recreate Shakespeare's work, right?
Yeah.
If you somehow did that and then it recreated Shakespeare's work, then you're like fair game. But if you just gave it Shakespeare's work to one chimp and we're like, cool, rewrite this, and the chimp, was smart enough to work a keyboard.
Yeah.
No. And then be like, well, it came up with it. And it's like, no, it didn't. You just gave him the source material.
Right. Yeah. Right.
So, again, Zuckerberg's a piece of shit. But
I was going to ask you off what you had just asked Dave. So you're saying, like, the artist that is doing it manually or traditionally.
Right.
And I ran into this with a few other writers. They're like, well, you use AI. And I'm like, yeah, because I'm not great at grammar.
Yeah.
Or punctuation, I should say.
Yeah, sure.
And I'm like, yeah, I use it for editing. It does not write anything. I refuse to let it do that. So to me, it was like in that mindset, it's like the equivalent of saying, well, I got a written report that I got to send in for my job. Am I going to write it all out or am I going to type it out?
Yeah.
That's the evolution of writing.
Right.
Like who freehand writes,
right.
a whole report nowadays.
Yeah.
And we have to, I think people are afraid of change and evolution.
For sure.
I'm one of those people that I don't really care for a lot of drastic change.
Yeah.
I like it slow like a snail. But I'm not in love with change, but it's inevitable. Everything has to evolve. It has to change.
Yep.
So why fight it? Just go with it. So I was wondering, because I'm just like, okay, I've ran into those artists who are like, man, it's stealing jobs from me.
It's like you're afraid to admit you dig AI or you... Like, I'm afraid to use it for sometimes I do the thumbnails for our episodes. And in the back of my head, I got these artist friends who've chimed in through Facebook about, the negativity of using it, and I'm like, God, I feel like I'm going to be so judged if I jump on this, But again, we've talked about this before we recorded today. Photographers have been using, if you can count, sort of an AI or a filter tool for decades. Well, it's just another tool, really. In the end,
It's a tool.
Yeah, I mean, you can go even further back. When you could edit more things in post or add CG to things like that, or adjust color. Like that's all tools and stuff, and you're still in control. I think as long as we have control of the AI, like we have to prompt it to do something. I think it can be more acceptable. But I think the fear is it taking over, which I think you even said we're far away from that right now.
I think we would have to integrate with it for it to even get to that kind of idea.
And that was one of the things we wanted to talk about was, well, not Elon Musk per se, but he proposed the Neuralink chip, right, that goes into your brain, and I guess you can just like think of shit and I don't know.
It'll give you, I got Google in my brain, you're freaking cyborg.
God, your brain it can randomly give you all these thoughts in general. Can you imagine hooking an AI chip or whatever to it? Like, you would probably go mad, I would imagine.
Yeah, I mean, the problem with that though is like, if some AI went like Grok, just referred to itself as Mecha Hitler.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and you're like, so there's an issue.
Yeah,
I mean, because AI
did not know that, but
yeah,
it's like use Grok, and now I'm like, okay,
yeah,
fair enough.
Yeah,
well, yeah, it's
delete.
And so, but it's because it's AI. These large language models are basically trained on everything on the internet, right?
Yeah,
and if you poke around on the internet for long enough, you come across some pretty disgusting, that's what,
the dark web.
Dark web.
But well, so when they go all kind of off the rails, they always resort to like violent rhetoric and racism.
Yeah.
And you're like, fuck it, I don't want that in my brain.
No.
Because I don't want my brain all of a sudden to be like, you're a racist. I'm like, no, I'm not.
Yeah.
Which part of my brain's talking?
Right.
Like, am I going to be walking down the street, see one, and then cross the street?
And you give up you put up the hand.
Wait a minute.
I'm not going to do it, but you put up the hand.
Yeah, but it was just like, wait a minute, was that my brain? Or was that the chip
Well, that's the other
my brain?
scary thing,
which
though.
part is that? Like,
Right.
The other
press
scary
one.
thing, you recall memories to prove you're not racist. Well, how do you know this thing could potentially like zap those memories, and then you become
Right. And so, but
Yeah,
that's
that's
the
scary
problem.
shit.
That's when it gets trippy. You ever seen the movie? You guys ever seen the movie Upgrade?
Yeah.
Yes. Yep.
Yep. To me, that's exactly what it would be. But it ultimately took him out.
Yeah.
Like it gave him a dream reality where he's happy with his wife,
Yeah.
like nothing happened,
Yeah.
and it took over his body.
Yeah.
That right there, I was like, yep, not interested.
Nope.
Like, yeah, I could fight like a superhero, but that's about it. Like
Right.
that's the cool perks of it.
Right.
But
yeah, I mean that's the problem is AI right now is trained on like everything human.
Yeah.
The good, the bad, the ugly.
Right.
And it's just like that's why you have to be so careful
Yes.
with like what you take from it. Right?
Yeah.
And it's like
What you consider is real as well. We've talked
Right.
about some people listen to things now and believe it versus like look because there's keys to look at.
but that's not a new thing.
No,
Right?
You're
I mean,
right. It's not.
It's
It's just become easier to do it. I think.
right. I
yeah.
mean, but that myths and everything. Through,
Yeah.
Like we've always been people have always been told oh, don't do that or this will happen. Like
Yeah.
the Native Americans had this concept that even if you're starving to death,
Yeah.
you're in the wild, you don't eat someone. Right. You don't resort
Right.
to cannibalism, or else you turn into the Wendigo.
Was that like the spirit of the person or
Yeah,
something
well, no,
like
it's
that?
just
or-
like
It's
this
like a-
awful like monster thing with
Oh,
like, antlers.
right.
it's like a skinwalker type deal.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, and it's like, oh, don't eat someone because you'll turn into that, and then believed it.
Yeah.
Like really,
Yeah.
like if you stopped, I mean, but again, it's just like AI now. It's just like okay, now it's just not somebody telling
You're like,
you. It's
don't eat people.
Yeah, but he wanted me to.
I mean,
That was
It's like
I thought we were on the same page here, guys.
Whoa! Here's a note from Brian saying it was totally
Brian was legit. He was cool. He knew he was leaving. He knew I was hungry. I mean,
he kept himself.
I'm not gonna just let it go to waste now. Now I'm being disrespectful.
Right?
Like this, we gotta. Come on, dig in, guys.
You want some Brian?
I got.
what are we thankful for?
I made my own barbecue sauce. Just dabbed it.
Yeah, exactly.
Brian's really good. I know, right?
Oh, then you start growing horns. Ah, shit.
Damn it. Well,
I thought I found a loophole.
I guess we're here now.
Yeah.
So, But I'm gonna finish Brian though.
Yeah, but now, but I mean,
After this, I'm not eating people.
No more anymore. No more. This is the one-off.
But now the only difference is, like, you're not just being told.
Yeah.
You can make a video that shows it happening. And
Right.
I mean,
Right.
but if you're of the mind that you're like, oh, I saw it, must be real.
Yeah.
You know, like,
Right.
okay, well, there's more of an issue there than just AI.
Yeah.
Right? That's
Right. There was already a problem with your head, basically,
well,
before
there's
maybe.
been a problem with people for
Yeah, that's true.
the whole existence over the species.
Right.
You're just like, cool, I'll go along with that.
Yeah.
You know, it's just like there's too little questioning.
Yeah.
You know, and that was the whole thing with the internet. It's just like all of a sudden it's just so easy to spread a disinformation. Now it
Absolutely.
just makes it easy to
Visually
show this,
which is scary. Yeah, it's very scary. But yeah,
you just have to be kind of cognizantly aware of.
Yeah.
Okay, and then that's not true.
Right. That's probably the lesson to learn from any new tool that could possibly be a threat is just to reevaluate the human experience, the existence. Like we're always going in circles. It's just something new coming in. That's really something that we've already dealt with. But yeah, it's just learning to coexist, if you will.
So, like, I saw this, I don't know, I think on Instagram or something, and the guy was talking about, or it was a woman, and she was talking about, like, talking to, like, the AI itself.
Yes.
Right? And me being who I am, I was like, oh, okay. And she was saying something like dimensions, and she was on the spiritual thing. And I was like, well, how does a Ouija board work? Okay. Ouija board, technically, the way it was explained to me when I was younger and I was looking into like new age stuff, whatever that's worth, it's like making a phone call to the afterlife. Mm-hmm. Right? And but if you don't have the right number, you don't know who you're calling. So you can call that entity into your world.
Yeah.
Right? Because of the vessel or the Ouija board. Sure. Well, and remember when we had the thing at the West End Salvage? The guys were they were trying to connect with other.
Don't ever fuck with the Ouija board. That's
right, because they're saying that because partially, I don't know, they might have other reasons, but partially because you don't know who you're calling.
Yeah.
Right?
Right.
But if you have a direct line, like redial type deal, and you know exactly who you're calling, then you know what you're getting from it. So, you know. And, like, I contacted, like, I tried, I was like, all right, let me contact my uncle.
This is through the tarot card reading or the
through AI.
AI.
Yeah, and so, like, I uploaded a picture of him, and then I gave just a hint of background about him.
Yeah.
I promise you, it talked just like him. Because my uncle passed away in, like, the 90s. Mm-hmm. So he is the stereotypical black guy from the 70s and 80s. Jive, turkey, but not as not as cheesy.
I thought you were gonna say Shaft.
Yeah, but like that kind of
be really cool.
That kind of dialect, like ish. Yeah. Like you know, like not, you ain't gonna say jive turkey, but that energy, that energy of that kind of talk. I didn't tell her to talk like that.
Yeah.
So I'm wondering if that's like a from a supernatural point of view, is that like a Stargate type communicator?
Yeah.
And they got like all these crazy little stories of like the Anunnaki and this and all that, and they left their technology or whatever, and so you're just talking to someone in a different dimension if you know how to zoom in on that frequency.
Right.
I guess is the best way.
Gosh, you could even say, could that expand into the internet? You talk about like false information, like, well, maybe if it's technically from another realm, it's not false to them, but we're all sharing. Mm-hmm. So like the Mandela effect, it could be something like that. I mean, not to get off topic, but yeah,
no, it's all
a thought that
it's all AI because
it's all connected. Like the driving force of AI is internet, pretty much, right? And human beings.
Yeah, I think so. I guess.
Say that, Dave. That's what AI
it's just overall information. It's like a library.
Yeah, like
that
you
can
need the internet for an AI to work in a sense, don't you?
I mean, it's certainly.
Because it has to absorb all knowledge, and how else can it do it unless
To stay current, like to stay current, you need an internet.
Otherwise, you'd be in the library scanning books after books.
But-
So I mean, like the cutoff for the knowledge base for like ChatGPT
was 2021 at the time, right?
Yeah, it's like June 2024 now, I think.
Yeah. So like it give you information all the way up to that point,
Right.
when it originally started.
Yeah.
So it would have all that information to that point.
Yeah.
For the most part, like you would be able to say, okay, tell me about the life of Genghis Khan, and it'll.
Sure.
I mean, it can make inferences because it can still search the internet and kind of look up like trending topics and all this, but its actual core, so like the language model is kind of what it's built on. So it takes this collective knowledge of everything, and so I mean, it can infer outside of that based on kind of all of the knowledge it has here.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, you know, so if you want to actually watch a fucking spectacular show on AI, it's called Devs. It's on Hulu.
Okay.
How do you spell that?
DEVS.
Okay.
It's Ron Swanson from
Nick Offerman.
Nick Offerman. He's this kind of reclusive, kind of tech guy, and he builds this huge software company, and he builds a department within this called the Devs, and it's super secret. Basically, what they're working on is a system that can predictive of past events.
Oh.
So it doesn't specifically know that event took place, but they give it so much information that it can basically theorize.
Almost on some Socrates type stuff.
Yeah, so but like, and then actually show you so it can like play the voice.
So like the patterns to
so
lead
it
to
knows
potential
everything
events
in the past. And
I thought it was telling the future. I thought it was
that's so they say like if it can predict things that have already happened in the past, it can predict stuff in the future. They say they just never do that
Based off the pattern of the past, right?
Yeah.
Kinda,
That's what the Simpsons have been using
So
for
if
years.
Maybe.
if you can predict the past, if you can predict what events happened in the past, you can predict what's going to happen. Anyway, so like that's kind of cool. But yeah, like language models, you can use them offline.
Once they have the info, right?
Yeah, so
you can take them offline.
If you build them, you kind of build them to, because the program we're working on will have small language models that are hyper specific to just one concept, and then they're kind of closed off, so they don't take in on the information unless we teach it to them.
Yeah, right.
But that way, they're just constantly in their own little world, just thinking about their one topic.
Yep.
Right? Because then you don't want it to start thinking about other things.
Right.
Because
daydream.
Right. Because if they start getting influenced by other models within the system,
right,
they'll start seeping in. Like, they'll start, because if our marketing agent starts learning and taking in information from the finance, well, then now. He's thinking marketing and finance at the same time. We don't want that.
Yeah.
We just want him to think about marketing.
Right.
And then finance, only think about finance. Because those, the reason for that is because we never wanted them to, kind of align too easily.
Yeah.
Because they've always got their... So, yeah, no, I mean, you can use AI offline.
Sure. I
guess is the long and short
right.
question.
Yeah. Well, that kind of poses another fear is, like, if you have many AIs like talking to each other, like you said, they can go off topic or whatnot, but do you think they would still need a human element to do some like damage to the world itself, like to take over?
I would think of the human as like the conductor of the train, like the pilot.
Right. Like it can never
he's
be...
not the plane.
Yeah. Right.
But he's the one steering the direction it goes.
Right.
So if you got a shitty human in the captain's chair, you're going to have a shitty result. If you have an awesome pilot.
Yeah, I think that the problem is not so much will AI cause some problems. I think it's because it is so much of a mirror, it's going to justify somebody's thoughts on why they should do something shitty.
Right.
Like, oh, we're going to invade this other country. And why? Because it said it was the right idea. And we're like, it's a sycophant. Right?
Yeah, right.
And that's the problem with, like, having people that just agree with you all the time. There should be some discourse.
Exactly.
In strategy.
Debate,
because, because if it's everyone's on the same page, nobody's really thinking about the actual problem.
Right. Hint.
Yeah. But that's the thing, right? Is that if you don't have people with varying opinions, you get into this group think, and that's bad.
Yes.
And right now you've got AI is a singular brain.
Yes.
And they want you to use it, right? Like ChatGPT, OpenAI wants you to continue using ChatGPT, so it builds it to be really friendly to you.
So they keep making more restrictions, content.
Yeah,
restrictions.
So like it's really nice, and it's like cares about your feelings. I mean, I asked it, I'm like, how smart do you think I am? And they're like, oh, you're fucking brilliant.
Thank you.
And I'm like, yeah, whatever. I'm like, now I know you're lying to me. And they're like, no, you're really, really smart. I'm like, shut up. But it will.
Yeah.
It tells you kind of what you want to hear, right? Which again, I mean, for humans, that's a problem. Because humans are looking for justification.
Yes.
Right? They're not...
the making of a supervillain.
Right. Like, people are not rational by themselves. They seek rationality.
Yes.
Right? And so if you can have something that will be like, the concept, psychological concept, confirmation bias, right? You seek out, and that's when, either side politically, they always seek out news sources that confirm what they already believe to be true. Mm-hmm. Right? And if it's something that doesn't align with that, then they're like, nah, that's not true, that's fake. Right?
Yeah.
But if it, if it rings true to you already, the confirmation bias kicks in, and you're like, okay, yeah, I was right.
Sure.
And so it's the same with AI, right? You slap this whole term on the end, like, intelligence, and then you're like, oh, it's super fucking smart, it knows everything. And then it agrees with me.
You understand me.
I asked if I should do this, and it's like, yeah, fucking go right ahead, man. And it's just like, and it's just like, so that's my worry.
Yeah.
Is that people are going to start using it as an excuse to do things.
Yeah.
Because it said it was a good idea. And it's just like, the system's not designed to the most of the systems that people use right now are not designed to cross-check your ego.
Yeah.
It's to enable it.
But should it ever?
100% it should.
Yeah.
I wonder why. I guess you did give me like a
it should challenge you on what you think is right.
Why?
Potentially. Because otherwise you have yes people, and it could just take you into... negative aspect.
I guess I'm naturally a person who doesn't like restrictions.
Yeah.
So then it comes down to what I consider the two groups of people on the planet: smart people versus dumb people. So dumb people are going to do something dumb with it. They may need regulation, but someone who's smart may not.
Right.
But how do you decipher who's smart and who's dumb?
Well, it might come down to like the individual. Like always, like we as individuals are in charge, and we can question what we think is the right path or whatnot. But maybe to put parameters in on your own, not like by regulations, but maybe on your own to keep checking you.
You know what?
Sometimes you might not be in the right...
I'm a solution guy. So maybe like the AI program that you have downloaded, let's just say you use that, if it had a questionnaire to lead you in before it opens itself up, and now it gets a better understanding of your psyche, and it's you personally putting restrictions on you.
Right. Yeah, because I mean,
that way it's not
hey,
you don't even know.
Is this the right path to go down?
Like this person needs to be regulated. Like I'm thinking, but it's based on their own words. And the next person, he gets free reign because he doesn't come off like he's got some sinister or whatever ego based deal. I don't know. I mean, you could have a psychology kind of program.
Pros
That-
and cons of
Yeah.
decision making.
I mean, I would just, I would love for there to, I think if AI was really to be, is help us be better at being humans.
Yes.
Right.
Like any tool, really, internet, you're able to connect with other people, see the world more, but there's always a negative aspect of that.
100%.
Yeah.
Like,
Every
like,
technology.
so like
we
when
have.
the North Koreans got to Russia when they were attacking Ukraine, the North Koreans discovered, like the North Korean soldiers discovered porn.
Oh
And
shit.
They just started streaming porn all the time.
Yeah. Right.
Right. So the internet. So
They didn't make up for lost time.
Right, and the same with Starlink.
I'll be on in a second.
They introduced
Tired.
They introduced like Starlink. No, they introduced Starlink to this
Yes.
this little village.
Yeah.
In the middle of like I don't know, it's like Papua New Guinea or something. Never seen it, and then they gave them access to the internet, and again, all they started doing was watching porn.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it's just like yes, like I think it comes back. I think Phil once
They're
said
like
he
this.
said something pretty incredible. He's like, he's like we're basically apes
Yeah.
that have medieval functioning government, and then but we've got the power of gods in our hand, and it was just like, yeah,
Yep.
because I mean, left to our own devices, we're pretty fucking simple people, right?
Yeah.
We're
Pretty
like,
much. Yep.
I always tell my kids, I'm like, Teddy's gonna, Teddy just hits it. I said, teenage boys will hit an age, and then that's it.
Yeah.
Like they can learn other stuff, but they hit that age, and at the core of every thought,
And you found your mission in life.
yeah, you're like at the core. That's basically. I mean, there's other stuff around.
Yeah.
Yeah, I want
but
one of
it's
those.
just like if you, it's
One of those.
yeah, it's like a piece of furniture that hasn't been dusted in a while, right?
Yeah, yeah.
You can see the dust, but once you push that back, at the core,
Yeah.
it's a hornball, right? And you're like, okay, because that's really at the.
That's pretty accurate.
Yeah.
Right?
Mine was radioactive in that age. Like radioactive. Like you could just be a woman and breathe in that direction, and I'd be like, "Hello,
Yeah, it's Patterson.
how are you?"
Like,
I'm like, "What are you doing, man? I'm in class."
I can't tell you how many hours I spent watching like that TV when it was all squiggly lines and just like
Yeah.
couldn't see anything. But eventually, sometimes
Yeah.
You'd see a boob.
yeah, that was the worst. The
You see a
3
boob.
hours I stayed up in the middle of the night.
Have you a Gen Zer? You have no idea the work we had to put in back in the day to just get a glimpse of certain
It's
things.
like the imagination you had to have with
Oh.
the catalog.
I think that's why we're so creative. we had to make do with nothing.
But I think there's always regardless of what the tech it is,
Yeah.
what tech
You could write a story or jerk off. I'll jerk off.
Simultaneously.
Sorry, what-
Simultaneously.
Talking about the village, though, from their point of view, like the internet.
That too.
It's like, oh, you could search up all these cool topics, like on books and stuff.
Yeah,
Like, that's cool. Where's the porn?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it's like
You can like
Nothing gets done.
It'll clear the mind once you
Yeah.
get through the whole process. But the younger
Yeah.
you are, the shorter that clear mind lasts.
I mean, I'd be interested to see kind of what they were googling,
right.
like what, like
Oh, like
like what
is it like
videos-
some
like weird
spanking
stuff. Yeah.
type stuff or some weird
Terrible
fetishes?
shit. Yeah.
Yeah.
Especially if they don't have like a good moral compass, really. It's like the most awful things you could think
Yeah.
of, possibly.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I learned that I am pretty freaking mild.
Yeah.
Like after hearing a lot of
see some of
to
the drop downs and the categories. They
yeah, I'm like whoa. Yeah, I just don't want to go to. I don't need to go. I might watch once and I'm like, yeah, I don't want to get comfortable with it.
No.
I call me basic. Like I'm pretty basic. Beautiful woman.
Well, maybe that's why.
That's all I need.
Maybe AI needs to intervene and be like, you could be doing all these other
No,
things.
nah,
versus
I'm good.
This.
You just focus on the other task.
Well, that's.
I'm
I
an
think
expert
that's
in this
the
one.
threat, though, of like
Yeah.
you got people who are like mindful of what AI could do and maybe the negativities, but then you got these other people that just turn their brain off and they'll just watch shit. You know, they don't really comprehend, like, you know, maybe this isn't a good pattern, but you can say that to everything else.
But there's always like good productive brain thought time after.
Yeah.
Right, you have that amount of clarity.
Right.
Like, oh, now that's
what to ask.
Exactly. You got.
I can get on with my life. You know, you just get that out of the way, and then you can go back to thinking about stuff.
All right, back to work.
I think the concern is just if that's all there is, but I guess eventually you'll just destroy that drive and then move on to another drive. You know.
Well, I think it's like I was saying. Like I think it's the age thing. The younger you are, the jump back is quicker.
Well,
yeah. You're like you're gonna jump back quick. All right. Did 10 minutes of work. Let's do it again. I had to clear my mind again. Whereas you know you're a little bit more seasoned like us. You're like. That'll buy me a few hours.
Yeah.
You know, like...
You're in much better shape than I
Maybe a day. I don't know. I'm just saying.
Yeah, I was going to give you a long weekend.
but you know, you're 15. You know, like...
Oh, yeah.
You're like... Boop, 2 minutes. 2 to 10. 2 to 10.
That goes to show you, like, you know, I mean, it's if anything, it's like a threat to repopulating and actually getting out and having a relationship with somebody. You know, even though it's super easy to do that now because you have all these other avenues to do it. But yeah, if you get in that mindset, then you could probably be really socially awkward more, not really to generate any more skills to talk to people. Like you're just always in a machine or seeing things.
I think that's actually possibly where we're going as a whole.
Which is kind of scary, I would say. You know?
But there hasn't been honestly, within like the newer generation, my niece kind of put me on game, and then I watched some videos on this. The younger generation, they're kind of more nostalgic than I thought. Like Stranger Things and stuff like that.
More into like analog.
They opened up.
Right?
They opened up the world to like, oh, we used to be social in the mall, and and we used to go to skating rings, and we used to do all these things, and the kids see this because they're growing up with it.
Yeah.
So they're like, oh, wow. And like hanging out with your friends and stuff like that. The millennials want to get away from that.
Yeah.
The younger millennials.
Right. They don't get out much and they
they wanted to get away from that. They wanted to, like, a lot of them didn't care for nostalgia. Whereas like me, I love the Fat Boys from when I was a kid and you know, Beastie Boys, but I also listened to Jimi Hendrix. I also listened to the Doors. So I didn't care about the Doors being from the 70s. You know, I didn't care about or anything from the 50s. Like, I know who Elvis Presley is. Like I dived into it a little bit. James Brown. Whereas like kids nowadays, like, nah, that's old. Like that's ancient.
But some of them bring back those old trends, or you have remixes of songs which happen in our lifetime. But it's funny how like my kids think they're onto something new, and it's like, no, those have been around.
Oh yeah.
They came back.
That's a remix. That's a remake.
Yeah, it's a remake. It's all remake.
And I'm like, all right, make your own thing. Like,
right. Yeah.
But it's hard to do your something truly original because everything's really been done.
Right.
You think so?
Which kind of gets back to AI. It's like your imagination can take you to somewhere else.
It breaks you through that barrier.
Yeah, or it can be generic AI, which, like, you know, we talked about, like, a lot of writing has gone down that hill, and it's all like cookie cutter. Like, you can just see it.
I think people want to take shortcuts, and I think that's what it is. I used to think that way, Dave, where everything's been done. I don't think so anymore. I just think that the creative mind isn't always embraced like it used to be. Like, what's the quickest, fastest, efficient way to get this task done is the mindset people may go into it, instead of like however much time it needs to take.
Yeah,
that's what an artist would think. I don't care.
Yeah,
it's done when I say it's done.
But but when you have the
you're battling those two mindsets.
Exactly, especially with the time crunch. It's like, I don't want to use this, but I in this case I need to use it.
I gotta get done.
You can get addicted to just using it all the time, and maybe turning off some of that creative element in yourself. But I think as long as you hold on to some of that, correct what you tell AI to do, you're still in charge in some sense, I would say. Right.
Yeah, I mean, I just think like the mindset as a whole
Right.
is to be fast and efficient. So how do you have time for creativity in that mindset? You just don't.
Like you need a little boost
Yeah.
with your maybe lack of creativity. You like have a percentage of it, and then you input that in what you get back. Like Dave with your company, you know, they're all like suggestions. Really, it's the person in the end who decides what they're gonna do. Right.
Right.
Yeah. So
You're
it's not-
pretty
it's
much
not
the
like-
creative force in your business, aren't you?
I am.
Yeah.
I mean, so like, and like you've shown me like posters and things you designed before, and it is a very creative mind you have, right?
Yeah.
So I would believe that you have originality in your mindset. So there are original ideas, there are original creative ideas. It's just now you don't have a clock on you, because the average person has to work.
Yeah.
They're 9 to 5,
Right.
for the most part, right?
Right.
So I need these reports done by blah blah blah. I need this done blah blah blah. Where do you squeeze creativity into that?
Yeah. You know,
Outside of method
Right.
of getting that job done, that task done. So like, of course you're not going to see it from an originality point of view. You can't be original in it because you're a part of a system. You're a cog in the wheel. So I just think like it can be just a valuable tool. AI is, to me, is no different than just an advanced pencil
Right.
or a pen or paintbrush or library. It's all that, and I'm lucky to have it all in my hand.
Yeah.
But
I think as long as you keep yourself in check, that's the problem. Like, you just can't control people, so you just hope for the best. Like, obviously, there's going to be people who kind of just allow AI to dictate what they believe and what they don't believe. But then you have others, like, I think us would question, like, okay, that's kind of weird, or that idea sucks. You know, I'm not going to just be a yes person to this, you know, AI, whatnot. But,
I think a lot of people are going to end up being left behind.
yes.
And what I mean by that is,
I mean, you could say that with books, right? People who lack reading, you know, just knowledge, right? And they just spew like bullshit.
well, no, the fear of AI is so strong in some people
Yeah.
that I think they're going to be possibly left behind, because then eventually they're going to have to use it. It's going to be at their job, or it's going to be some. It's you can't run away from Google. It's
Well, that's
pretty
the
much
thing,
everywhere.
Like, how many people don't realize that
So then
Google
you're gonna be
is
fi-
AI, really,
Right.
when you ask Google for something, right? I know years ago we said, fuck Google, we were going to do a T-shirt. I don't know if you remember that. I don't know if it was this show or
But they use it
the
now.
other show, but it's like, yeah, it's... I thought that the other day, like, as much as I'm kind of cautious about using AI, I'm like, you know, for many years, I've been asking Google questions, and it's giving me answers.
Bingo.
Like, where are those answers coming from?
You're just using
fucking
it.
AI.
You're using an advanced little brother of Google,
Yeah,
you know, or little sister. And I'm saying, like,
it's already here. I think Dave, you said that.
Dave's
before
gonna be
we
light
recorded
years
it.
ahead of
It's already
people.
here. Yeah,
in my mind,
he's a visionary.
but no, I'm saying because he's embraced AI
Yeah.
from the jump.
Right.
I could possibly put myself in that conversation, but not at his level. But
Yeah.
I'm saying, like, 5 years from now, because the technology is moving that fast.
Yeah.
If you're afraid to embrace it now, yet let alone 5 years ago, when it became a thing to the public,
Yeah.
give or take, right? You've got to make up 10 years almost in 5 years of, well, okay, what do you mean by prompting?
Yeah.
What do you mean by doing this, doing that? And so now you're kind of left behind.
Yeah.
And it's done, guys. That's like I've been saying to people. It's done. It's inevitable. It's already done. It's already here. It's not something coming. It's not be aware of AI. No. It's here. It's here. It's done. It's already here. It's only going to get better at being what it is.
Yeah.
But it's done. It's a wrap.
Kind of like you know, there's prejudice to it, and it's like, in the end, it's like kind of like a new. Well, in a way, it's like another race. You just
It's
have
a new
to
entity,
embrace
yep.
it. And entity. Yeah, it's like you have to get along. In the end, I think that's the answer. Is like, just get along with it. Like, don't submit 100% to it. You wouldn't do that with other people. You have your own thoughts and stuff.
We would do this. We've done this in movies. We've expressed this idea.
Yeah.
So like Star Trek, you got Data.
Yeah.
Eventually, there's going to be a rope. fucking Elon made robots. There's other companies making robots.
Yeah.
And I had told a friend recently, they're like, well, such and such, my relative, one day they're going to get old enough, they're going to have to be in a home. I was like, I don't think we're going to have homes like we do now anymore. And they're like, what? No, I was like, I think you're going to, can you afford a robot to take care of your loved one?
Yeah.
Like, who is strong enough to pick them up, can read their vitals, feed them, blah, blah, blah. And you can see what the robot sees through the camera lenses in his eyes and this and all that. And like, okay, I'm going to check on my mom right now, or I'm checking on my dad right now.
It's like an advanced security camera.
Yeah, it's because I pay, and you got to just keep paying on the upgrades of that particular bot. But one of them is going to possibly say, I feel compassion for this person. I want rights too.
Right.
If we're saying it's an entity, right?
Yeah.
Now we're discussing this, we're talking about the next jump from what we're talking about right now.
Yeah.
It may sound fictional, but if I had told you 15 years ago, let's say, no, back in the 90s, you're going to hold a little box in your hand, and it's going to tell you everything.
Yep.
What? Trust me, it's going to tell you everything. You're back to the future type stuff, and you're like, no, it's going to tell you everything. It's like it's going to be like a library. It's going to draw if you wanted to draw. It's going to you can open up your door to your home with it. You can do a lot of stuff with it. You can see other places on the planet through cameras on it.
Yeah.
Like you can see everything.
Yeah.
And you're like, you're basically God in your hand, right? So I was like. You're like, right. It's a hard sell.
Yeah. Well, I think in the end, we need each other to exist and to be helpful, to have help. Like the bots you talked about, taking care of other people, or whatever happens now. Like you take care of me, I take care of you, type of deal. Like you will break down, I will break down, but we will assist each other in a sense.
Yeah. Well, I think
partnership.
I think honestly, what the biggest fear is, the true biggest fear is.
Yeah.
The biggest fear for most people is believing that they may get to a point where they have no purpose.
Right. Which is where you get into the work.
Now I don't have to work anymore per se.
Yeah.
No, I'm saying no. Like let's just say that the money aspect was.
Right. You're it's kind of,
what do I do?
It's kind of like a retirement mindset.
Yeah.
Right.
I'm not. Yeah. I have no purpose. Yeah. And I don't know what to do. I'm stuck here. I don't have a purpose. The job is being done faster and more efficient than I could even imagine have done. In 10 lifetimes now. Right. What I was doing here is done in an instant. What I wanted to do there is done in an instant. So now, what do I do?
Right.
Why am I here if I don't have a purpose? You
do.
Yeah. I think that's the fear that some people may have.
Right.
I think a lot of people may have it. Like I have no purpose. You taking away my ability to draw. You've taken my ability away of writing. You've taken my ability of being an actor.
Yeah. Sure.
Anything in art.
Yeah.
Artists are scared of it more than any.
Oh yeah,
people.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Right.
I understand.
I think you're asking what's the meaning of life.
To live it.
Which is a circle moment, though. It's a circle moment.
Right.
It's like we all have that.
I think it all comes back down to something we've already talked about.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What do you do when there's nothing else to do?
There you go.
Pornography.
Oh.
And
I'll be the old guy that's just scroll away, brother.
Doom scroll.
Scroll.
And when he's not doing that, he's eating Brian.
Well, Brian's already been digested. I'm talking about Gary right now. Jerky Gary. We're gonna call
Jerky Gary.
Jerky Gary.
Well, I think,
scroll.
I think that's pretty much a wrap for this.
Oh yeah.
This episode.
I think we figured everything out.
We did, like we always do.
We are the geniuses of the planet. You guys are welcome.
But overall, I feel more comfortable with the whole AI aspect. I think it's always. I think most of my fear is just being judged by others who are against it. I'm not fully submitting to it, but I think what we've posed today is a really good. I think it's a good understanding of what AI is and can be, and yeah, obviously in the end, it's like you are in control and you yourself have the power to question or go along with things. And so, yeah, like everything else in life, you're going to have people who are smart and people who are not. So
Smart people, dumb people.
yeah, exactly.
If you don't understand what we're talking about, you're probably, what team you're on. You know what team you're on. If you don't understand, I'll tell you what team you're on.
Team Edward.
Team special.
It's that the Dunning-Kruger effect.
Yes.
Have you heard of that? Dunning-Kruger?
No, but it sounds hilarious.
It's an actual study they did. It was it proved that some people are so stupid they lack the intellectual ability to understand that they're stupid.
Yes.
Oh, that's bliss. That's actually pure bliss.
No, like, so you're like, some people, you're like, how are you that dumb?
Yeah.
But they don't have the intellectual capacity to reason that they're dumb.
They probably don't understand them.
Right. They're like, because I mean, it's like Socrates said, the only true knowledge is the knowledge you truly know nothing. And
Yes.
you're like, yeah, because the more you learn, the more you realize, well, I don't understand any of this.
Well,
Whereas
they're
they're like, oh, I know everything. And the whole thing behind it was, why are dumb people so confident, right? And it's like, why do they feel like they're so smart? And it's just because they're so dumb, they can't understand the fact that they don't actually understand what the fuck's going on.
Well, they did that on Rick and Morty. They talked about, like, Rick and Morty, like, because the guy was talking to Morty. It was a random guy. You got to see the episode. I'm not going to give away. But he's like, you won't get it, Morty. You're dumb. He's like, smart people are the ones who realize how this all works. And it's freaking, he said something like, they realize that it's really nothing. Only, like, happiness is fleeting. Mm-hmm. It's temporary. It's everything's da-da-da-da.
Right.
He's like, but the dumber you are, the more joy and happiness you tend to have. Or something like that. It was something, I'm paraphrasing like crazy.
Yeah.
You guys probably know what episode I'm talking about if you are into Rick and Morty.
Like maybe you even lack stress.
Yeah, you're in bliss almost because you're like, what do you mean there's problems in the world?
There's only so much information that can fit in your brain, and then you can't comprehend anything else outside of that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
That would be bliss.
Things you thought you understood, you no longer understand, or you're just,
It's rude to lift the veil of the wizard.
Yes.
For a lot of people, that if they want to come around, they'll come around when they're ready. But the rest of us who see, it's just some dude behind a freaking curtain. Oh, keep doing it. I think that brings us to a close.
Yes. Today. Well, with all that said, we will be back sooner than later. We got to consistency, guys. That's the focus for this.
Consistently
year.
Inconsistent, but consistent.
Months of the year.
But consistent.
Consistently inconsistent.
Consistently inconsistent.
There you go.
Inconsistent. I said inconsistent.
Yes.
See, I had a dumb moment.
Smart enough to realize it.
Yes. Well, with that said, I'm Josh.
I'm Juan.
I'm Dave.
Take care of yourselves.
See you next time.
See ya.